Warning: the following video will contain swearing, as well as references to quote-unquote mature topics such as death and violence. You've been warned. Howdy there, gamers. Welcome back to the channel. So, today I'm going to be doing something a bit different for the channel, and something that nobody has actually done, surprisingly. Or at least in the After the Flash community. Today I'm going to be discussing pretty much all of the removed items or landmarks from After the Flash Mirage. Now, what do you mean by that, you might be asking yourself? Well, what qualifies for this list is items that are just no longer in the game. For example, say you have Boulder Cove, right? So, take it and just absolutely get rid of it, Make it sand. Or maybe put something new over it, Maybe make a new landmark or a new location, whatever you want to call it, right? That's what's going to qualify for this video. So, without further ado, let's get right into the video.
But Rocky, you said that the next video would be gift review part 2. Or that Star Wars video. You said it in the Discord. What the fuck, Rocky? What is this? Nobody wanted this. Nobody asked for this.
And to that I say, those videos take a lot of time and a lot of effort. This video might take a bit of time and a bit of effort, but it seems more fun for me to make today. So I'm going to make this rather than those. I have addressed your complaints. Now that I have discussed these complaints, let's actually get into the video. First up is going to be the old lobby, as you can see from this footage by BanditTaquito. Now, as you can see, it's just so simple. Like, the floor, it's like wood, water, and then sand. Like, were they gonna do like a mountain range or something? At the wood place? Was that what Chad was getting up to? I don't know, that would be interesting. Sucks that he never got around to that, especially with the ice pick. Um, but the walls are made of scrap, the roof is made of wood, and probably the most interesting thing is the names. You got runes for Boulder Cove, bridge runes for bridge runes, town for Crater View, and factory for Atom Kick. Like, what the heck? Like, those names were so simple. I mean, I suppose that makes sense. He probably wasn't thinking of the lore, like, at all when he was making it. That probably comes later on in the development process, I could imagine. But, yeah, just overall interesting to see the original lobby in action. So, yeah, once again, footage by BanditTaquito, and, on to the next one. Next up, we're going to be taking a quick look at every single map that is no longer in the game. So, outside of Crater View, Boulder Cove, the old Atom Kick Factory, and the old bridge runes, there was actually a couple other areas in the game. Now, these areas were the top of the Goldfield Mountain Complex, the roadside bar, and the original Lake Med Nuclear. On the note of Lake Med Nuclear, the Biomass event brought 2 holes that were just surrounded by radiation and turned them into the Biomass after, I don't know, a couple weeks worth of time. But eventually, this was the final product, at least at the time. Here's a screenshot from a video last year published by Filthy Moose where he got in contact with an LPM and hosted a void event where he burnt the biomass. As you can see, there's plenty of veins, or vines I guess, of biomass just lurking through the fields around it and through Boulder Cove itself. In fact, it absolutely conquered Boulder Cove, surrounding it with the biomass snakes or biomass veins. Outside of the biomass, the map was covered in snow. Next up is the grass map. Basically, for April Fool's Day, Chad took the map and added grass and trees. After this, nothing much really happened until the Onslaught event, where they destroyed the Mayor's Tower. After that, still no real updates until that of the islands. Now, what the islands are is basically a giant 2 islands. Wow, really stupendous amount. No, but basically the islands are 2 islands within swimming distance of each other. One with a vacation hotel place, I guess, vacation house. One with a radio tower on top of it. Now the islands, they also have like churches and other stuff like that. But point is, they're kind of small. You know, they used to be really popular when they first got added. I remember for like the first week, whenever I tried to roleplay as a mutant, it was just so hard to find anyone to actually roleplay with because they were typically all at the islands. Like literally everybody was, not even a joke. Like there might have been 2 people off the islands in an average server. So I don't really love the islands. I don't really hate the islands. The islands are good. Um, I don't know. I feel like more people should be at the islands realistically. The islands are kind of dead. So I mean, there's that. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there should be like boating more, like a boat battle or something event, like a void event. I might do something along the lines of that in my Discord. Join the Discord, by the way. Link down below. Now, next up was the Halloween event. Now, the Halloween event added the lab. So I do gotta thank the lab because most of my viewers have came from my videos on the lab itself. So, thanks for that. Thanks for sticking around. And if you're new here, welcome. But anyway, basically the lab was a mini dungeon that took you about 20 to 30 minutes to complete if you knew what you're doing and you were doing it correctly. But there's like 5 or 6 items in it, I forgot. And basically, you did the event on it. It was for the Halloween event, and boom, now you got yourself some good items. So, yeah, pretty good. I hope that they do another one of these one day because I actually really enjoyed it. So, what we're going to be looking at next is going to be the final map for this video, the current modern day map for the 2019/2020 Christmas event. It really just added snow, white rocks, which they didn't have last year. Chad said, I guess Chad just figured that they should have that. And then Fort Viridian and Fort Goldfield got Christmas trees. Crater View got Christmas tree and some lights. That's
So
the
first
map,
up, we're going to
basically.
be talking about
So
guns.
that's pretty
Some
much all
modes,
the
but
maps.
mainly guns. So
And
what
yeah.
exactly
Are we going to be looking at? We're going to be looking at the test shotgun, as you can see in this image by BanditTaquito. Now, the test shotgun, I'd assume, was used by Chad to just test the animations for example, ejecting, shell, or just the shooting animation, or reloading, because, Deep Six didn't really have any detailed animations for that stuff. So what you're looking at right now is the testing shotgun in full 3D. Now, this is a recreation that I made in Roblox Studio, and as you can see, it's only made up about of 5 bricks. So, that doesn't really surprise me though, considering it was about to get removed for the patchwork sawed-off double barrel. Anyway, now what you're looking at right now is the other 3 variants in 3D. Now, please do keep in mind that these are not the official models for these. Now, these, they're actually mock-ups of what they most likely look like, as we don't actually have any footage or videos or anything of these actually in-game to my knowledge. So, keep in mind, these are just mock-ups from what they most likely look like, in my opinion, and what I think they look like. Thankfully, BanditTaquito made a video showing us the original one. Otherwise, this video wouldn't really be possible, or especially these mock-ups. So what you're looking at right now is going to be the old cursor. Now, this is probably the most well-known thing on this video. Now, it is from September 2018. It's from Alpha. Now, it lasted until about February 2019. And some of you might be thinking, hey, but that's what we have right now. But this one doesn't actually have an outline. It's a bit cleaner and, stuff. But the most interesting part about it, in my opinion, if you look at it, there's not actually any blue version. What you're looking at right now is a mock-up version of it that I made, in under like 5 seconds. But the thing is, if there actually was one, because Prop Placer, the blue version is only ever used if there's Prop Placer, right? But Prop Placer wasn't added until around late February when all the gifts opened. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting there that there was never actually a blue cursor. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I did my research and there never actually was a blue cursor. So anyway, on to the next and final thing. So next up is going to be the green Mark II SLF suit. Now, the footage that you're watching is from Filthy Moose's Vietnam War event, right? But, again, the interesting part is the green Mark II suit. Now, as far as I know, these aren't in the war. I'm pretty sure they're from the April Fool's event, that Chad did for like a day. There's like grass and trees in Mirage, which obviously it's a wasteland, not Deep Six. But yeah. Anyway, the Green Mark II, very very interesting because you know there's never been any other variants of the Mark II. Like I know there's different variants for the helmet on the Mark One, but not for the Mark II. So yeah, it's very good to see some love for the Mark II as well. Howdy there, gamers. Welcome back to another one of these outro things. I've changed my mind on the name of them. They're now going to be called outro discussions instead of outro cards or end cards or whatever, because it's not a card, it's a video. So you're a real OG if you made it over here to this. Comment Snowfrog in the comments because I wanted to say this on a video in case anybody was curious of buying any shirts. Snowfrog is only available until the 15th of January. It will be off sale at 11:59 p.m. Ish, around midnight, basically. That's what I'm getting at. And other than that, I wanted to have another outro discussion because in one of my last videos, I did a gift review on the Christmas gifts, right? But I'm sure that a couple people are asking, why didn't you do the other video on the Christmas gifts today? And the reason why is because Chad is being a lazy bum and isn't opening the others. So, yeah, that's why. And, yeah. So that's about all that I had to say for this outro discussion talk thing. Yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. My name is RocketRidge. This is RocketRidge, blasting off. See ya, gamers.